ended my engagement and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind.
She called off her engagement just because she's done, just because she just feel like, she said, it's not that he's cheating on her, it's not that he's a terrible person or he did something terrible to her. She just felt like she can't do this anymore and she called off the engagement. Let me show you this video.
I ended my engagement and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind. Sometimes clarity comes quietly. Choosing yourself doesn't always need a big explanation. But my village, the women in my life, are so amazing. They've shown up for me in more ways than one, helping me pack, sitting with me, praying for me, making a hard transition feel lighter just by being there. I'm so grateful for community, for having people who hold you up when you're stepping into something new. So here I am, closing this chapter, putting pieces of my old life into storage, and stepping into a new season. I don't know exactly what the future holds, but I am excited. I feel at peace, and I'm ready for what's next in the new year.
I ended my engagement. I have been debating sharing this with the internet. I always said that I was never going to be the kind of influencer that only shares the good parts of my life. I've been able to build a platform because I'm authentic. It's really important for me to own my narrative instead of letting people assume and start rumors. Ending my engagement was the hardest thing I think I've ever had to do in my entire life. It's really not the breakup itself that's hard, but it's also having to break up with the idea of the future that you planned and grieving that too. And at this big age, 31 years old, it feels like your clock is ticking faster and faster. I think that if sharing my story helps just one person, then it's worth it. I was trying so hard to make it work. Eventually, trying to make it work felt exhausting. It literally took me accepting the hard truth that I tried to ignore. Now, the moment I accepted that and said it out loud, I felt so much relief and honestly freedom. Not because I didn't care. I was finally listening to myself. Now I have to start over, rebuild myself, move out. It's scary. There's a lot of uncertainty, but that's also kind of the beauty in all of this. I get to start over. I am doing my best and I'm figuring it out one day at a time. So that's my truth. Love you. Bye.
So the fact that she said he's not cheating on her, people are like, if a man is not cheating on you, then he's a good man. So you're throwing a good man away just because you're selfish and decide to choose yourself. People are coming for her for this video, telling her that why did she cut off the engagement? You guys, what do you think about her cutting off the engagement just because she just decided to? It doesn't mean that she's cutting the engagement off because he cheated or something else. You guys, let me show you some reaction on this video and I'll see you at the end of the video.
My engagement and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind. Sometimes clarity comes quietly. Choosing yourself doesn't always need a big explanation. But my village, the women in my life, are so amazing. They've shown up for me in more ways than one, helping me pack, sitting with me, praying for me, making a hard transition feel lighter just by being there. I'm so grateful for community, for having people who hold you up when you're stepping into something new. So here I am, closing this chapter, putting pieces of my old life into storage and stepping into a new season. I don't know exactly what the future holds, but I am excited. I feel at peace.
I dove deeper into this situation because I noticed a lot of people on TikTok and other social media platforms were clueless about the real reason why she ended her engagement. Watched a podcast called Dear Future Wifey. I've never heard of this podcast before, but like I said, I just wanted to do a little deep diving into the situation and what it entails because I'm a big advocate for marriage and people staying together. So the fact that she just said I broke off the engagement because I changed my mind, I'm like, hold on. It got to be something more to this. So they met on social media. She claims that she was quite young at the time, but she's 27 and now 31. So I don't see how 27 correlates with being young. She was living with her ex-fiance and she had tore her Achilles tendon. She ended her lease and he helped her out a lot, not even based on the injury, but allowing her to move in with him, paying all the bills while she worked to build her business. This situation was more beneficial to her than it was to him. But on the flip side, it made him busier, which made him want to think more logically about their financial situation. As a result, he put restrictions on the dates, clubs, and trips that they used to go on. Hence why she stated verbatim in the podcast, I lost my best friend. He became my roommate. We weren't doing the things that we used to do. How can he pay all the bills and still give you that lifestyle that he was giving you in the beginning? This just proved that this woman was not compromising at all. So in conclusion, you end an engagement because you weren't able to go out and do all those things that he used to provide for you in the beginning. You were down for a minute and then he helps you come up. And after you come up, you leave him. That's why I advise a lot of men to not rush into these marriages and these engagement with these modern day women, because a lot of them are very selfish. It's always about me, 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 me. You can literally give them the moon and the stars and they're still going to want Jupiter and Saturn. There's no incentive to do the most for modern day women. They expect you to give them 100% while they're giving you 20. Protect your peace, fellas.
When I first watched this, my initial reaction was, any woman that likes this is not a wife. And to be clear, I actually believe she's a strong content creator. I think she's thoughtful, articulate, and influential. But that's part of why this video stood out to me the way it did, because instead of reinforcing the best parts of her platform, it highlighted all the wrong things. And I think that's exactly why it received the blowback that it did. Whenever I make content, I always ask, what message will people walk away with after watching this? And I don't think that question was considered. I promise I'm not against someone choosing themselves, but when you say yes to marriage, you've made a verbal, spiritual, and an emotional commitment. Because obviously you were both showing each other qualities of a husband and a wife. So that leaves two possibilities. She either really woke up one day and said, nah, I'm good, which she claims isn't true, or issues existed the entire time. And she still said yes to the engagement anyway. And that raises a bigger question to me. How does a woman of God, surrounded by a God-centered tribe, not girl-centered, God-centered, see clear issues, yet believe getting engaged is a solution? Let's also not forget about the cultural narrative here as well, where all men cheat, men don't commit, good men don't exist. Yet, in her own words, this man didn't cheat. He was a solid, committed man prepared to make her a wife. So the message unintentionally becomes, even if you find the rare man who is faithful, who is emotionally present and ready to commit, it's still not good enough for a woman who's prayed for a husband. And whether she likes it or not, the whole decenter men, good men don't exist, all men are trash, all men are gay, all those weird cults out there, like that crowd is already stitching this video and using it as ammunition. This could have been far more powerful if it showed what she actually prayed through, what God revealed, what she learned, and what she'll do differently so that she doesn't find herself in this position again. That, nor any of the follow-up videos express that. They simply express that they exist because she wants her narrative out there. Her words, not mine. That's where this starts to appear less integral and more influential. Less Christ-driven, more culture-driven. And that's why I got the blowback that it did.
Boy, y'all men will complain about anything. Anything. This woman didn't say nothing bad about the dude. She said that, there was no drama. There was no betrayal. She just changed her mind. Instead of y'all coming together as a collective, as men to say, he dodged a bullet. Glad he have to pay all that money for a marriage. He could return the ring, all that stuff. Y'all just started shaming her. But it's like, I would rather a woman end her engagement than for them to go all the way through the marriage process and then end the divorce. She chose herself. That's it. But instead of y'all having that type of mindset, y'all dudes got on here and start crying, you could be a good man and a woman will still leave you for no reason. Bro, she never used the words good man. In that whole entire video, she did not say he was a good man. She just said there was no betrayal. There was no cheating. Basically no drama. But at the end of the day, she just changed her mind. Y'all, a man's idea of a good man is not a woman's idea, bro. Y'all, it's not the same. Y'all be thinking that a good man is a person who just don't cheat and go to work. That don't mean you're a good man, fam. That's bare minimum. Man, please, boy. Y'all, I'm telling y'all will complain about anything. She didn't waste that dude's time. She didn't come on the internet and talk bad about him. She just said, hey, I changed my mind. That's it. What do y'all want? Like, what do y'all want, bro? Goodness gracious, man. I'm telling you, bro, the men they be crybabies nowadays. Boy. And honestly, I blame a lot of these blog sites because they putting like misleading captions in the title where she didn't say the word perfect. She didn't say the word good, but yet, like on top of the videos, they be having words that say, just like I got this little overlay right here, perfect relationship. She didn't say that in the video. Where did she say, what relationship is perfect? Just be lying.
Why are some of y'all so cruel? Like, I was reading the Instagram comments on this, and like, Nia Gonzalez, the influencer, decided to end her engagement. She has every right to share this information, because a lot of the time people say big influencers like this are not relatable and they don't want to share their story and that everything is all pretty. And she literally said that she made a promise to herself that she wasn't going to just share the good parts of influencing. She was going to also share the bad parts of her life. Or let me not say bad, the real moments of her life, because this had to take a lot of courage, to decide to end an engagement, and the man didn't do anything. She's literally saying she did this for herself and felt this was the right decision for her. And as she should. She's grown. She can do what she wants. And I just feel like her TikTok, I went to the actual TikTok and the comments are great. They're really passing the vibe check. Love that the girlies are always supporting. But the Twitter and Instagram comments, I'm confused. Like the whole thing with Aaliyah J, when Aaliyah J decided to share her story and everything she was going through and all like the pain she went through, everything that was like just going on in her life throughout the year. And people were upset in the comments talking about she's oversharing or they don't want to see this type of content or whatever the case is. People will really be mad no matter what you do. And I think that's something that people just need to take away as new influencers. I'm learning this. Like, no matter what you do, you push something positive, people will find something negative to say. You give your actual opinion and keep it real, people will still get upset and not know how to respectfully convey what they have to say. There's no need to be saying stuff about people being narcissistic. Like, yeah. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, respectfully.
The fact that people feel like any man that does not cheat on you or any man that does not beat you is a good man. People actually feel like for you to end a relationship, an engagement, or for you to divorce your partner is because they are cheating on you or they are physically abusing you. People don't know that there are other things that happen in relationship that will just make you just feel like, you know what, you and I can work out again. It doesn't mean that the person must cheat on you before you decide to say he's a terrible person or you guys cannot work out again in the relationship. Sometimes it's just that you fell out of love from the person, or probably the person has a certain character and you decided that I cannot live with this person. A lot of people can break up with you for anything. It might even be your family members. It might just be something that you like and they don't like. It might just be anything. And it might also be because she decides to choose herself and she feels like if she goes ahead with this relationship, she might lose herself. I just feel like people should respect people when they decide that they want to break an engagement or break up with their partner because they decide to choose yourself. You are not only going to break up with your partner because it's cheating on you. There are other terrible things that a man can do to you aside from cheating. I feel like we've done this video before. Terrible things that a man can do for you aside from cheating. Okay, cheating is not the only thing that makes a relationship break. And I feel like the earlier people know that it's better for them. You guys, what's your take on this video? Let me know your thought about this video down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, Sugar Maria Davis, and thank you all so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one, guys.